In today's game, the three-point shot is more valuable than a two-point shot. Teams hype the three-pointers more because they help net more wins. So in this video, let's take a look at 10 of the most celebrated NBA scorers of their generations and their greatest shooting season. We're focusing on the three-point shooting percentage in a single season, with at least 50 games played. And we're gonna see some surprising results. Let's dive right in. Starting at number 10, it's Allen Iverson. Throughout his career, Iverson's been an average three-point shooter. If he was on a roll, he could make decent deep threes, but otherwise, he was better off doing most of the damage from mid-range or around the basket. He also had two advantages: quick handles and ferocious speed. He could get anywhere on the court and didn't really rely on the three-point shoot, but his best season came during his second season with the Denver Nuggets in 2008. Playing alongside Carmelo Anthony, he was able to take shots from deep at a higher level than before. This led to a 34.5% three-point shooting rate, which isn't great as a career high, but still led to Iverson earning a solid 26.4 PPG average. Besides, the Nuggets became an exciting team to watch just because of Iverson and Carmelo sharing the court. Next is Kobe Bryant at number 9. Kobe was one of those players who needed to take tons of shots in order to get into his rhythm, but when he got going, he was impossible to stop, just like the game when he scored 12 three-pointers in a single game. He wasn't a natural three-point shooter, but really excelled at mid-range and being an all-around offensive scorer. But as we saw during the 2003 season, he could totally make threes when he got in his groove. That season saw him shoot a 38.3 three-point average from deep for the Lakers, averaging 30 PPG during the season. He had a particular knack for scoring from deep, especially when Shaquille was making a lot of noise near the basket. But we think he could have attempted plenty more three-pointers in the 2003 season, considering his streak. All in all, he remains one of our favorite players of all time, regardless of any stats. At number 8, it's James Harden. Easily among the top 100 players who have ever lived, Harden has limitless talent. His offense has been pretty incredible over the past few seasons, and he's one of the few players with elite ball handling ability and a high b-ball IQ. He's dominant when he attacks the rim, but he can also focus on a three-point play style. He attempted at least 7 three-point shots for 6 seasons, and he even averaged 13.4 attempts per game in the 2019 season. Of course, there's a polarizing response to Harden's three-point shooting in terms of his efficiency. In 2012, we saw his best season playing for the Oklahoma City Thunder, when he shot 39% of his three-point attempts. He only attempted 4.7 three-pointers during the seasons, and he was at his best on the offense. Despite that, he's currently at a career average of 36.1% from deep, which isn't off the charts amazing, but considering that he doesn't attempt a lot of threes, it's totally understandable. Here's hoping that he can change that moving forward. Up next at number 7 is Damian Lillard. Now for an iconic three-point shooter. Lillard's got an amazing range, as seen in the game-winning shot over Paul George. There's a reason why he made the NBA 75th anniversary team. He's one of the all-time great scorers from the point guard position. Back in the 2020 season, Lillard averaged a solid 40.1% from deep. Thanks to his three-point shooting, he averaged a career high of 30 PPG. The man was incredible on the court as a whole, nailing 46.3% from the field and 88.8% from the stripe. And there's no denying that Dame's an all-time great for the Portland Trail Blazers. Now for number 6, LeBron James. LeBron is sometimes criticized for being inconsistent at shooting, but he shoots a higher career three-point average than elite scorers such as Air Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Now it's obvious that the three-point shot is the main form of attack in the modern era, so that's why LeBron has the higher average, but he used to be a poor shooter when he first came into the league. All that said, LeBron has shot at least 40% once in his career, and that was when he was playing for the Miami Heat. The man was a spectacle on the court, posting incredible numbers across the board, including 56.5% from the field. If only he'd improved his free throw shooting, which could have given him an all-time great season in terms of efficiency. Still, he managed enough three-pointers to get a solid shooting percentage. Coming in at number 5, Carmelo Anthony. Yet another elite scorer who isn't considered a natural shooter per se, the superstar forward managed to shoot at least 40% from 3 on 2 different occasions. First with the Knicks in 2014 at 40.2%, and second in 2021 with the Trailblazers at 40.9%. 39%. Carmelo accepted the spot-up shooter position and did it exceptionally well for the Blazers. With 7 seasons of shooting at least 37% from 3, he's a solid three-point shooter compared to other volume scorers. In his prime, he could jump over defenders. To this day, he's got a quick release and the confidence that every shot he takes will land in the basket. But the 2021 season was, without a doubt, an exceptional one for Carmelo Anthony in terms of three-point shooting. Next is Kevin Durant at number 4. There's no second guessing. Durant's one of the greatest scorers of all time. He's captured 4 scoring titles in his career and is arguably the most unstoppable offense of all time. He's an efficient machine on the court and makes shots look easy due to his height and range. Incredibly though, he's shot under 37% only 4 times in his 14 years, and he has 5 seasons where he shot at least 40%. With 50 games played minimum, Durant's best season from the three-point line came in 2009 when he played for the City Thunder. He shot 42.2%, which is an amazing number for a score-first player who averaged 25.3 PPG during the year. In terms of pure shooting, Durant is without a doubt one of the top 10 greatest shooters in NBA history, regardless of shooting percentages. And he's one of our all-time favorites too. That counts. Now for a surprising entry at number 3. It's Michael Jordan. You'd think he'd be at number 1, but that only makes the number 1 stop that much juicier. MJ's 32.7% shooting percentage from deep doesn't really tell the entire story of his abilities. The man's played in the late 80s and throughout the 90s when the three-point was not considered your greatest weapon. Instead, you were supposed to score inside the paint or even from mid-range, since that was the norm. Still, even without the presence of the three-point shot across the league, Air Jordan shot 42.7% from the three-point line in 1996, in which he won his 4th NBA championship. He only attempted 3.2 threes per game on average that year, and honestly, he should have taken more shots. He was highly efficient and averaged 30.4 PPG, marking his 8th scoring title. If he played in the modern era, make no mistake that he'd probably be higher on this list. In second place, it's Reggie Miller. Before Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, Miller was considered the best shooter of all time, without question. His off-ball movement was unbelievable, and he surprised everyone by finding creative ways to get his deep-range shots. He's an all-time great clutch player and was known to make shots that kept his team in the running despite their losing streak, and the three-point shot was his biggest offensive weapon. His best season shooting the three-pointer came in 1998 when he shot an amazing 42.9% for the Indiana Pacers. The best thing about it, he was 32. It proved just how unbelievable he was and gave him his 4th All-Star. For many, he is in the top 50 all-time greatest in NBA history. Finally, at number 1, it's Stephen Curry. Surprised? No? Well, neither are we. Stephen Curry's the single best shooter we've ever seen in our time watching basketball, and he's as graceful as they come. What's more exceptional is his 45.4% shooting percentage from deep, especially when he's taken so many of them. In the 2015 to 2016 season, Curry shot 45.4% from the three-point line, playing for the Golden State Warriors, and it was the same year they shattered the record set by the Bulls, and he was at the heart of it, with his deep-range shooting being off the charts in terms of efficiency. He managed to shoot 50, 40, 90 all year long, and if he'd won the championship at the end of the year, instead of blowing a 3-1 lead, it could have been one of the all-time best seasons in NBA's history. Still, the fact that Curry outranks everyone on this list for having the best single-season three-point percentage is a testament to his talent as a player, and he's among our top 5 personal favorites of all time. And that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for watching. So stats aside, who do you think is the top scorer of all time? Tell us down below. As always, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this. See you in the next one.